What is up, guys and gals? And today I'm here for a Dek Tek that I'm not sure what time you'll be watching this video, but right now it is currently Wednesday right before Dragons of Tarkir release. So I can't quite make a actual online Dek Tek of the video because I got like one or two of the cards that I needed from pre-release. But let's look at this deck. So this deck is built around the card Bloodshin Fanatic. And so Bloodshin Fanatic is 1 colorless and 2 black for a 3/3 Orc Warrior. I can pay a colorless and a black and sacrifice another warrior I control. Then, if I do that, target player loses X life, and I gain X life, where X was the sacrificed creature's power. And I can do this at instant speed. So that's very nice and dandy. And then, of course, we have Bloodsoaked Champion, which would seem like an auto-include in a deck like this, which it is. So that's 1 black for a 2/1 that can't block. But Raid, it's a warrior, human warrior. But Raid, I can pay a colorless and a black to return it from my graveyard to the battlefield. But I can do that only if I attack the creature this turn, which will be pretty much every turn. Get to that guy later. 4 Tormented Heroes. This is a part of the turn 4 win that is in this deck. But it is 1 black for a 2/1 that enters the battlefield. Human warrior that enters the battlefield tapped. Heroic, so whenever I cast a spell that targets it, each opponent loses 1 life, and I gain life equal to the life lost this way. And then 1 Zergo Bell Striker. I mean, he's at 1 mana for a 2/2 warrior. I just like him as a 1-of. And then for 2 drops, we have 4 Warname Aspirants, which are 1 red, 1 colorless for a 2/1 human warrior. Raid, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if I attack with the creature. And creatures, Warname Aspirant can't be blocked by creatures with power 1 or less. So Sylvan Caryatid can't block it. Sidisi's Faithful, that new, so that's pretty nice and dandy. And then for 3 drops, we have 4 Mardu Strike Leaders. And so they're a 3/2 human warrior. Whenever it attacks, put a 2/1 black warrior creature token onto the battlefield. So both of those are sack fodder and block. Lots of blockers, and dash for 4, which I will most of the time not use. We have 4 Goblin Rabble Masters, 2 red and a colorless, 2 colorless and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Warrior. It's a warrior. Other goblins I control attack each turn if able. At the beginning of the combat on my turn, I get a 1/1 red goblin with haste, and then whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each other attacking goblin. So what I like to do is, if I have 2 goblins, attack for 4, and then after a combat, I'll sacrifice it with this guy because it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So, and one thing I've noticed from the metagame is that in order to survive, you have to have a decent late game. So that's why I have 3 Thunderbreak Regents, which are 2 colorless and 2 red for a 4/4 flying. Whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Thunderbreak Regent deals 3 damage to that player. So this is really good. It's pretty much 4 for a 4/4 flying that has hexproof unless you want to eat a lightning bolt to the face. And then 1 Boltwing Marauder, 3 colorless black red for 5 for flying. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2 under your control. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end turn. So that does apply to this. So I can put it on a warrior and then sacrifice it after I attack and gain 2 extra life. Then 1 Dragonlord Colligan, because it's a 6/5 flying haste, and grants my creatures haste, and it's an Elder Dragon, and it stops my opponents from stringing Siege Rhinos. So yay! Oh, I forgot about this guy. Okay. Another 1-of in the 4 drops is Risen Executioner. And everybody hates this guy. And I'm not exactly sure why. So, no, he is a warrior. So he's 2 colorless, 2 black for a zombie warrior for 3. Can't block. Other zombies I control get +1/+1. Does not really matter in this deck. But I can cast it from my graveyard if I pay 1 more for each other creature card in my graveyard, which may be 1 or 2. But yeah, I just really love this guy. Then for non-creatures, we have 1 Kolaghan's Command. I choose to return target creature from my graveyard to the hand. Target player discards card, destroy target artifact, or deals 2 damage to target creature player. Magbajet is 1 colorless, 1 red, deal 2 damage, and scry 2. I have 3 of those. Then 4 Titan Strength. This is a part of my turn 4 win. 1 red, target creature gets +3/+1 until end turn, scry 1. So mana base is pretty straightforward. I mean, you got 4 Bloodstained Mires, 2 Mana Confluence, 4 Temples, and 6 Swamps and 5 Mountains. Now let's look at the sideboard. So the sideboard has 2 Risen Executioners. These will come in against the control matchups because of the recursion, and the blocking doesn't really matter. Now, the Kolaghan the Stormspirit will come against decks that I notice will be tapping out a lot of the time. So then I just dash this in, attack for a crap ton of damage, and then it returns to my hand and they can't do anything to it. 3 ultimate price for any decks that have mono-colored creatures. 1 Dragonlord Kolaghan for the Abzan control matchup, because I hate it when they string Siege Rhinos after I kill them. So 3 Duress, so against control most of the time, mid-range, and same with Thoughtseize. These are basically taking the place of any Thoughtseize I'm missing because I only have 1. 2 Roasts against decks with Siege Rhinos, and 2 Self-Inflicted Wounds. This gets rid of Mantis Rider, Seeker, Courser of Kruvik, Sylvan Carried, Siege Rhino if it's their only creature. So it's just, I really love this card, and they lose 2 life. So without further ado, let's draw some sample hands. Okay. I would not recommend keeping this hand because you have no red source and then all of these red cards. If this was a mountain, I'd probably keep this hand, though. Turn 1, Bloodsoaked Champion. Draw this. Turn 2, dash Thurgo and attack for 4. No. Probably not. Okay, this is a much better hand. I mean, turn 1, Bloodsoaked Champion. Turn 2, Bloodsoaked Champion. I think at that point, because we had drawn Rabblemaster, we would play Temple turn 2 and just play another champion. Mana Confluence, play Rabblemaster, attack for 4. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty ideal hand. And then if we draw another land, Thunderbite Regent. It's okay, it's not horrible. This hand's decent. Yep, I really love that hand because we have the scry action. With that, we have turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. I don't know. Plays just depends what I draw. And yeah, so that should give you an idea of the deck. So if you have any questions about the deck or recommendations about the deck, please leave them in the comments section below. And tell me about your pre-release as well. So I want to hear how that went. And another